Hello, hello, hello. Hello, people. Those way. I'm streaming. I'm streaming because I want to show you a bit of what I did and also make some progress. I think we did some good stuff. I'm trying to stream when I'm not really stuck, because sometimes it happens that I'm stuck into something that I cannot solve, and maybe it takes a few hours to solve. And I don't think it's a good idea to stream when I'm just like struggling on a problem. Even if hello Gian, even if I know that you can help me sometimes when I'm struggling on a problem, and that's very nice. That's very nice. So, what I've been doing? Well, mostly I was testing the real production database data, and another thing that I did, I started to reason with the rest of the team about movement speed. We were managing movement speed in a very weird way in the past. So, in particular, um, we were using some. We show you some XML files. So basically, I think I still have it open here. Maybe. Yes, exactly. I still have it open. Basically, we had some XML files where we were keeping the whole set of textures and definition for our characters. And in this XML file, I don't remember exactly why, but we also had this part dedicated to animations, and inside the animations we had the speed. So you were basically associating to one animation, for example, the strafe. This was a strafe, right? You were associating a specific speed, a velocity, so a speed. But it was very bad because it's true that we never changed those, so they were like fixed in the game forever. But at the same time, if you ever wanted to change that, you had to update the client. You had also to ship another file for this character, and you couldn't change it at runtime. So it was a pretty bad idea. But this is how we did it at that time. So I think at that time we were really happy to see the characters moving, So I think that's probably the reason. So the idea is to move this to the database, right? Because we cannot leave this. We cannot leave this in here. So I already did that, by the way. So I already moved that to the database. So now in our database, by the way, I'm using this new thingy, the Beaver, which I think is a good one. Still has some very small fonts in some parts. I try to change the fonts pretty much everywhere, but I think I changed the font in every possible place. So I moved to 12 everywhere. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. I moved to 12 every single one. Maybe this one is still small. No, this one is also 12. So, I don't know. Some parts like this one is very small. It's okay for me, but it probably is hard for you to read because you are on stream. But anyway, here we have 6 new columns. One dedicated to the speed, walk, run, sprint, climb, swim, and fly. So I decided to have these 6 because they're the most representative. And I also placed already a default. And in the code we have in the race info, which is basically the class that is describing the race itself, I have the speeds defined, like walk, speed, run, speed, sprint, climb, swim, and speed, fly. And I'm kind of already using the speed now. I don't remember, as yes, here in the start move to. I think I can just remove all the comments now because this is working. I'm already getting the speed as a parameter, and I'm setting the max walking speed. I had a lot of issue with this is what I struggled in the last few evenings, and this is why I didn't stream. I was really struggling with the NPC not properly walking. So basically, what was happening, I can show you here, was happening exactly this, right? So our character was like starting to walk and then stopping, starting to walk and then stopping, so like this. And even if you increase the speed, it was doing the same. Now, I didn't really fix it, but I found out why. It seems that there is in advanced locomotion, here, a check, no, not a check, but yeah, a check, like a hard-coded speed value, which is 150, which I have no idea why they decided 150. But if it's lower than 150, it starts to get weird on NPC. On the player, it works okay. It works okay, like your player that you like move manually with a keyboard works okay, but the NPC is not. And so I struggle a lot to find this out and to understand it. But finally understood. So I don't think we need speed below 150 at the moment. So we will stay for something that is above 150. We still have the problem we cannot have an NPC walk very, very slow, but maybe we don't even need it, right? And I'm pretty sure if I remove this check, it will probably work, right? Which I don't know if it will work, but probably not. But who cares? Under 150 doesn't work. I think it should work this way. Yeah, you see, it's standing still. I'm still doing the same, but who cares? I mean, this was just an example to show you the problem, right? Now, if you stay above 150, it works okay, and so that is what I did. And so in my project now, we are using only speed above 150, which is anyway a reasonable one. So if I start the server and the client now, what I want to show you is that we have NPC properly moving, which is very nice. An only issue that I have is that they are sometimes getting stuck into obstacles because we have some pretty bad obstacles exactly at the NPC that I'm testing now. But I think apart from that is okay. I think we should disable collision on the lamp and they will be fine. The only problem I have is that it's still a bit mechanical. The other issue that I solved was the waypoint. Because in our maps we have let me open another page. Right, I think I told you already, but I will tell you again. So let's say that it is our plaza thingy. There is one road going from plaza out. There is another road going from plaza out, etc. Right. So around the plaza we have what we call waypoints, which are points on the map where the NPC can walk, and he can recognize as places where he can walk, right? So just waypoints where he can move, like here. Then he can go, I don't know, in the middle of the plaza, like here. So he will follow right? It will follow this road. It will follow this road while moving. Now the only problem I have at the moment is that when it's moving close to a waypoint, it kind of stops for a second. I mean, it's not very visible, but since I know it, I see it. So it stops for a second and then it restarts for the other direction, and so it's not completely seamless. But I would say it's not a big issue. So at the moment, I think it's doing the same in the old game. So at the moment, our objective is to port pretty much the game as it is, with some obviously visual improvements and also some functional improvement. But I mean, we should not get crazy now to get everything perfect, because it's not the time now to have everything perfect. Now is the time to port the majority of the game and have it working, and start to do some tests with a lot of NPCs. So the guy is here. The thing that is annoying is this lamp, because actually it's colliding, and so he really struggles, and I understand him. He really struggles to like go through this small space between the lamp and the column. So I think we should make this one not colliding, and so solving the problem, right? But what I can do, I can select the guy, and I can debug NPC. I can debug his mind, debug NPC Cayman 20. So this will basically bring to my server console his brain, and I think I have simplified a bit the printout, so it should not be too bad to read. So it is saying that at the moment he's basically doing nothing, so it's just initializing his local move and doing nothing. Now I can set the time to be the time that he has to go to the library, right? So if I do set time set 10:30, it is the time where he starts to walk and go to the library. I mean, there is a bit of randomization, so it doesn't happen always at the same time. So you will see in a few seconds or half a minute, something like that, that he will start to go to the library. And if we want, we can check. Okay, you see. The only problem is that he's getting stuck in this freaking lamp. You see, he's stuck in the lamp. So we should make it not collidable. But it's fine. What I can do, I can slide him. So I can slide him a bit. So I can give him a hand, So slide, target, forward 1, or maybe 2 times. Okay, so I helped him a bit. So now he will resume his behavior, and he will start to walk. You see that here he's still doing that shit. Huh? Why? Why was still doing the bug? Okay, now he's not doing it anymore. Now he's not doing it anymore. I don't know. I have to figure out why was still doing that bug. But anyway, this guy's gonna go. I mean, he's no collision, so he can walk through me. He can walk through me, and I think it's a good thing. Now, he has a perception on him that if I start to talk with him, he will actually stop. I don't know if it really works, but you see that he's like going his own way, and so he will reach the library one day. I think his feet are still a bit weird. Huh? I don't know why his feet are still a bit weird. He stopped exactly where I was, but it's a pure chance, because actually he doesn't see me. Well, he sees me, but he doesn't care about me at the moment. So he's not stopping for me. He's stopping mainly at the waypoints, which are this waypoint that we have set. Unfortunately, this part of the map has no textures, so, but it's not a big issue. But anyway, as you can see, he's moving okay. Now I could try to speak with him and see what happens. Probably he cannot speak with me, because he has no quests. If I try to sell and buy from him, it just doesn't give a shit. It just moves. And it's okay. I mean, this was not the point, you know. You see that he restarted doing weird with his feet. Why? It looks like it's kind of random. I don't know why it's like doing this. But anyway, he arrives up to here, and then is just looking at the library and not going in. Because the library itself, I didn't pour the coordinates yet. Now we can try to pour the coordinates and see what happens. And unfortunately, the library is kind of flooded by mud. For reasons that the height map is too high, but and also is missing the textures, but it's okay. We are fixing this. So yeah, so we can try to see if he properly navigates also inside that map, but this is not the main thing I wanted to test. What I want to test, I want to see if I enable, you know, now all the NPCs of this map, what happens? Because actually there are multiple NPCs on this map. I think there are about 20 or so. Hello, Tua. Yes, that lamp should be not colliding, or Kaiman will always have trouble with it. Sometimes he managed to skip it, but only sometimes. Only sometimes he's managing to skip it. I don't know why I'm still getting... Let me see the speed that we got, okay? Walking speed. In theory, we should have gotten a pretty quick speed, like 180. Walking speed 150? No, I think this is an old... log. This is an old log, right? Or not? No, the speed is still 150. Okay, that's probably the reason why then, because it should be higher than this. 150 is too low. Why got 150? Why got 150? Because I have set in my database 180 as the default speed walk, right? And I'm getting it from here. I'm getting the velocity from here, and I'm setting his walk speed to be that value, and then I'm printing it out. So it's pretty strange. Can we try again? Maybe launching it in debug mode. Maybe it didn't get... Wait, maybe we have some old files. Yeah, there is a... No, there is only a PDB, which is a ultra load. It's pretty strange, because it actually should... Okay, let's try to launch it one more time. This value should be 180. 180, not 150. There is no reason why it's 150. Let's launch it in debug mode 1 second, and then we will enable all the other NPC and see what happens, okay? Let me launch the client. And then I want to enable all the other NPC in the map and see what they do. Because the waypoints should be all correct. The waypoints that we are missing are the one inside the temple. Or not? No, I think we have the one inside the temple. Let me check which maps I did. I did JO's Plaza, IJO's 1, 0, 2, and Winch. Now we have these 5. which have, luckily for me, the same coordinate system. Starting the server is not very fast. The reason is that it's really loading a lot of data from the production database. Even if I removed all the items for now, but you see the server is still loading, so the client cannot connect. All those errors are fine, are all stuff that I already checked, and I know why those errors are there, but are not affecting our game at the moment. You see that these are taken from the medieval dungeon somehow. Let me just copy this. So it's why I think that we should fix that, because all those errors are still still showing up. Okay, I think the server is up. We can try to connect with the client now. Now I'm spamming last the server, so it should be a bit more reasonable. I think I need to improve the loading mechanism, because you see loading for a certain part, but then you don't see loading anymore, and still, you cannot really play. So the loading is also. I want to see. I think we should remove this footstep sound, or make it like 10 times less loud. Sometimes sounds more quiet. Okay, he's there. He's there. We can set the time, but I also want to debug. Okay, I did the same thing. I just set the time to be the right time, and okay, let me see what is this walk speed coming up. It is 180. Okay, so in theory it should print out 180. Okay, I have to. The second time. Wait a second. The second time is still 180, so should be fine. Ah, it's stuck again. Ah, he did it. He did it by himself. You see, sometimes he managed to do it. Okay, now he's walking okay, and the speed seems to be 180. Sometimes he stops. I don't know exactly why sometimes he's stopping, but I think it's okay. I mean, I don't care too much him stopping in one place or another. I think it can be fine. It's like, yeah, maybe we can have an animation where he's looking around and something like that. I mean, I don't care too much about him stopping. Actually, he should not stop, but like here there is a waypoint. Here there is a waypoint for sure. You see, he stops a second into the waypoint, and then he restarts. I'm just thinking, did I move back the NPC brain tick to 0.2? Because, okay, so it stops because I have the tick at 3 seconds now. Okay, I did it because I needed to have, so it's normal that it's doing this. Okay. Because I wanted to do some tests, and so I slowed down his brain to be every 3 seconds, because I needed that for a test. And so that's why when he's going to the waypoints, he's stopping for a bit, depending if his brain is ticking or not. Okay, I can change that, but at least the speed seems to be okay. Yeah, I need to change the tick back to what it was. I will do it. It's just one variable somewhere in NPC brain, I think, but it's pretty simple to do. We need to add a real loading screen. Yes. It's because of brain tick time. Yes. Your delay. Yeah, you have a bit of delay. Hello, Vanalan. Welcome. So, okay, so let's try to enable all the NPC of this map and see what happens. And then we change the time crazy, like, and see if they move, if they all start to move or do something. There should be 3 or 4 in the main plaza. There should be Arnquist in the blacksmith. There should be people for sure in the plaza, at least 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure. And someone at the back, like Edicho, or how his name, at the back, and another one at the back. So let's try to do this. So first thing we need to do, we need to quit everything, and then we need to go to the database and enable. So let me stop. For now I'm not changing the brain tick yet, okay? So they will look a bit stupid. They will take them 3 seconds to realize something is happening. So we go to the database, and temporarily what I did, let me see, I think I mentioned it somewhere. I think I mentioned it. Temporarily, update character set spawn rule equal to 0 where location ID different than blah 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 and different than, yeah, exactly. So we should go back to spawn rule 1 for these 3 sectors at least. I don't think there are. So enable only idla area. Okay, so we should update character set NPC spawn rule equal to 1 where log sector equal to 15 or log sector equal to 16 or log sector equal to or log sector equal to 72. I think there are more than this though. I think we have a bigger bunch. I think the actual sectors are all of this: 15, 49, 50, 51, 72. So all of those we can enable. So 15, 49, 50, 51, also 51? What if we get 51? Also 51, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 51 is the JOS2. Okay, and the winch. So if we do this, we enable. So let's execute this query, whatever here, right? And let's run it. It changed. How many rows it changed? Holy fuck. Why change 4,000? Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Why was not here? Also, this one is wrong. Fuck me. Okay, the problem is where character ID, where character type equal to 1, right? Because it must be an NPC. So I updated 4,000 players. Well, actually 42,000 players. But it's okay. We are not in the production database. So let me fix it. Let me reverse this. So let's just set the spawn rule to 0 where we have all these sectors. So in theory now we should affect again the same 42,000, yes. 42,900 players, okay. And now we will do it right. So now we will do this only when character type equal to 1, which means is an NPC. I have to say and character type equal to 1. Okay, we affected how many? 87. Wow, 87? 87 seems a lot. We have 87 NPC in this area. Holy fuck. 87, bro. This game is amazing. 87? It seems a bit too much, but maybe it's not. Let me check which NPC we have, okay? So let me do a select star from whatever. Select star from characters where NPC spawn rule equal to 1, right? The question is, are all of this NPC? Well, there is also a forest arangma. Why there is a forest arangma somewhere in Idla? I have no idea. Talium, More, Nevis, Saria, Jardet, Eldred, yeah, they are all NPC actually. But we have 1 million people in this game. Holy moly. There is also a rogue. And there is an achievement. Okay, the achievement is also... I don't know if the achievement will work. Let me disable the achievement at the moment because I think it will fuck up our test. NPC spawn rules, where is it? Here. Let me put this one to 0. Wow, 80. 80 is a lot. Like also the rogue, I don't think that the rogue will work. I don't think the rogue will work. So I will put it to 0. The last one, I don't know who is it, but it should be a normal NPC. I don't know what happens with like the Arangma. I don't know why there is an Arangma here. Let's disable this one as well for now. Maybe because it's the start of the sewers, and so it's like at the beginning of the sewers. Could be. Okay, let me save this and... Okay, let's try to launch the server and see what happens. To see if it will explode or what. Maybe it will explode. F5. Let's go. Hold tight. The creatures are in the forest toward the magic shop. Yeah, but I don't think that they count as Idla sector, no? I think they are in a magic shop sector or BD road or whatever. Oja road. There should be different sectors unless they are just outside the gates. Maybe they are just outside the gates. Okay, so now we are loading 87 or whatever, 85 NPC with all their brains, okay? With all their brains and all their movements. At least the one defined in production. So they may have scripts that we never tested, right? So we may crash, very likely may crash. Because they may have scripts in their brain that I never tested. I never tested in Unreal, obviously. In the previous game we're working perfectly. I'm already having some nostalgia for that code that was working perfectly. Okay, it's loading up. There are some errors on quest, but it's okay. I think those quests are disabled quests. Okay, it is loading, if you can see. Keeping stuff, loading, setting instant, keeping rest smash, stonebreaker, alien. So he's loading stuff. He's loading millions of NPC. For now he did not crash, which is nice. He's ticking on the map. Okay, all these brains are ticking. Okay, so you see it's every 3 seconds. All these, and already 5 or 6 are failed to move, but it's okay. Okay, let's go in game and see what happens. Let's go in game. Let's just see that the server doesn't crash. But you see all this tick? Tick, Gerard, Frila, Crestal, Roya, Raul, Ondren, Alina. Okay, Alina. Nevis, Gordy. They are all ticking. They are all thinking to something. Maybe they are also moving somewhere, depending on the time of the day. But they are doing something, or they are trying to do something. Okay, we are in. Our Kaiman is looking at the door. Okay, because there is no invisible. I think it should be invisible there. Okay. So, now what time is it? Time show. Now is 11:14. So usually at 11:14 nothing happens. But for example, if I set the time to 8 in the morning, so let's do time set 8:00. And let's see if we can generate some mess. There is an NPC here, which is looking at the door and looks like invisible. I mean, it's not invisible, but I want to see if someone is moving. Hello, boys. Hello, boys. What is a good time? 6:30? I don't know. What is the time that these people go to work or do something? These people are like, I don't give a shit. Move! No one is moving. No one is giving a shit about my commands. But these two guys did something because they are not looking at each other. Like this guy, what this guy is here? Ondren is not looking at her. Usually they're speaking together. What is a good time for having these people? Maybe it's broken. Maybe they're just not moving because they cannot move. But I'm just trying to see. Okay, we crashed. We crashed as expected. We crashed it in a tick of an NPC whose name is none. No, his name is... He has no name. While we are trying to execute his tick, unfortunately the printout of the tick was just... Pevrin, here it is. I remember Pevrin. We did something with Pevrin the other day. So Pevrin kind of crashed. And why crashed? Because the NPC actor is null. He's saying this NPC actor was the null pointer. Fuck! Pevrin is the guy that was falling down. You remember? I didn't reset his position, I think. Fuck! Pevrin fucked us up. Yeah. You remember Pevrin? He's the guy that the other day was falling from the sky, was falling below the ground. So he died again. Okay. We have to fix this guy. He's under characters. His position is bad. Where name equal Pevrin. Yeah, we did it already. And the problem was the vertical axis. 7,800. We said 7,800 is not enough. So let's move him. Let's move him 2 meters up. Okay. So if I do 80, is 2 meters up. So this should be more than enough, I guess. Right. Let me also check some of these people when they are actually active during the day, okay? Because we need to understand, for example, let's take the simplest one, Arnquist. Arnquist is our blacksmith, Arnquist shopkeeper. When he's doing stuff? Never. Why never? Well, is using shopkeeper. I think shopkeeper has his own thing. Yes, shopkeeper. Shopkeeper is going to work and leaving from home, but I don't see when they do it. Citizen Idla. Citizen Idla has all this stuff. No, but the time is inside. You remove the okay, so you remove the fact the Arquist goes away. Okay, I was opposed to that, but you did it anyway. Okay, fine. So let's take another one. Let's take Ondren, right? Which is the one in the plaza just standing still. Also is standing still. Ondren. Behavior. No, okay. This guy does something. So at 5 in the morning, wow. At 5 in the morning is going somewhere. Overlook Plaza. Okay. At 8 is going to work. At 10 is going to Arnquest. At 11 is going home. At 13 is leaving. Okay. At 20 is going home again. So I think 20 would be a good time. I think 20 people are, unless they are already at home, or they go to work at 8. I was thinking, yeah, that at 8 would have been a good time for all our NPC to go somewhere. But I didn't see anyone moving, actually. Let me see some others, okay? There's a 4 a.m. and a 12 a.m. I think these guys are scripted to actually go at different time of the day, just to avoid seeing a crowd of NPC moving. I think that is what we thought at that time. But 4 o'clock seems to be a pretty good time, even if it's during the night, but also 8. Like this guy is moving at 8. This guy is moving at 2 o'clock, 10, and 18. Okay, I think I can change the time like randomly and see what happens. 5, 11. 11 seems to be another big one. Like people are going to do some leisure stuff at 11 and 12. Hey. Hello, Euphrastion. Thank you for the follow. Hard to read your name, but they are going at 4 and 6. Okay, let's try again. Now Peverin should be fixed. Let's try to hit time like 4, 6, 8, 11. Okay, let's try to hit some of these times and see what happens. Our server crashed, so we need to stop it and restart it. We know why. Actually, we should avoid this crash. What do you think? We should put some code here to say the weird thing, you know what, that the NPC actor was checked here already, so, and there is a return, so how can he say that it's not valid? No idea. I think it's like partially valid. Or maybe it became invalid exactly between here and here. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Okay, hold tight again. Tell me which time you want me to try. Give me a number from 4 to 13. I can try any time. But I think we will try it a bit one after another. I want to see these guys moving. You know, it costed me so much to fix that freaking waypoint bug. Which, by the way, was not a bug at the end. It was just a different porting to Unreal Engine. But I think I spent quite some time to fix that. Waypoint. Now the waypoint seems to be okay. Remember that at the moment they are still looking a bit stupid, because they are thinking every 3 seconds. So it's like, hello, what's your name? And it goes like 1, 2, 3. My name is Amquist. Okay, do you need anything? 1, 2, 3. No, I don't need anything. Things like that. So I think we're spending more in printing out stuff than actually executing code. But okay, the server is up. We can launch it. No, the client I already had. Why am I launching it again? I'm launching again. We have a client already ready to go. Ready to go. If you want to know my email, yeah, that's my. Don't spam it too much. Okay. So we are here. Ah, it's moving! It's moving! I don't know where it's going, but it's moving. Hello, man. You look like me. He went here. Ah, where is he going? Hey, where are you going? Where are you going, man? Ah, you're going here. So this is your work. So all the stuff that you do is to go from there to here. Okay. Oh, why move when I stopped? Remember the 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and now it's moving again. Oh, you are going somewhere. You're going places, bro. Where are you going? Wow, you look like you're stopping, I know, but you are not. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, I have to speed up the brain because it looks a bit stupid. I don't know, it's going this way. I don't know where it's going. Is anyone else moving? No, no one else is moving. Let me see, what time is it? Show time? No, time show. Now is 11:20. Now is 11:20. Stop here for some reason. Hello? 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 Okay, the animations have to be fixed a bit, okay? But I can do this, you know? This one is pretty good. Now, he decided to stop there. I don't know why, but at this point, I don't care. Is anyone else moving? Let me try to go where there are more NPC. Ah, there is one here. Who are you? Govel. What are you doing, Govel? You're doing nothing. Okay. Usually you're speaking with that guy, no? So you moved. So you moved from there to here. Yeah, you moved. You moved. I'm sure you moved. I'm sure you moved because usually you are there. Okay, let's try to change time and see what happens. No, we crashed again. It cannot be Pevrin again, huh? I hope it's not Pevrin again. Where is this guy? Where is the name of this guy? We raised him like 4 meters. What is the name of this guy? He has no name. Character movement. Mesh. Where do I see the name? Character. Scriptable cached object. No, I have to see it in this. I don't know. Wait a second. This. Yerarp. Yerarp. How to pronounce this name? I can read it, but not pronounce it. Gerarp. 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 I don't know. Let's call it Gerard. Okay, he crashed the server. I guess that he has the same issue. So he tried to do something. Okay, and then he crashed. We need to fix this thing. I don't want the server to crash. I want the server to give me a message that something is going bad. But you see here it's saying exception thrown. Read access violation. This NPC actor was null pointed, right? So NPC actor was null pointed. Look few lines above. If not NPC actor, right? Stop the tick. Give this message and return. So I mean, it really happened between here and here. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I mean, how can it happen between here and here? I don't understand. There's something fucked up in this code. But let's check where this guy is, okay? Because at least he was not peppering, which is the good news. So let's restart. No, let me check first of all if he has been migrated, because I think he's sitting in IJO01 and 02, which is the road that goes between the two main parts of the city. And why is not here? Why this guy this way to order things is not really working? Name equal yarp. Okay. Is not scripted. I know, I see. It was the wrong table. Okay, here it is. Groteme, the Groteme family. I remember them. So let me check if his location is correct. Mistakes were made. So we didn't migrate. We didn't migrate the people in these three sectors, because these are still the old coordinates. We did not migrate. We did not migrate the people. Why we did not migrate the people? I migrated. What I migrated? I migrated item instances and characters. And characters, I did it. Yes, because I did it only for those sectors. So I need to do it. Wait. I need to do the same for 50 and 51. Yeah, I will make all these scripts final, and I will run them once in. But at the moment they are not. So at the moment it's still a bit of a manual process. What the fuck? Okay. No, it's correct, because there are also players. There were about 1,000 players, 1,500 players that are in those two sectors. Can you believe it? 1,500 players that are just between the two areas of the city. I think because this is where we were crashing when we were crossing portals, And so people were crashing there and never coming back. But we were crossing sectors and portals. I think that's why. Okay, let's try to launch it again. I think this time. Do you want to see the NPC tick properly? Okay, let's do it. Let's do the NPC tick. Brain tick. Peak definition. 3 seconds. No, we do 0.2. So now they are ticking every 200 milliseconds. So now they are starting to be kind of smart. Not very, but kind of smart. So he has to recompile and then start. Is recompiling. Recompiling or recompiling? Recompiling or recompiling? No, I wonder.
Compile.
Yeah, thank you. But recompile? Well, it's the same as redo.
Redo or redo.
Redo or redo. Okay. So redone, redid, re. So she said re or re?
Redo or redo.
You said re, yeah?
Redo or redo.
So it should be recompile. Okay, it did it. No, it has errors. How we can have errors? Because my client is open. Okay. Yeah, you cannot recompile. You cannot recompile if you have the client open because he's using some of the DLLs and stuff. Yes. Hello, people. I see some of you are connected from Twitch. Some are connected from YouTube. On Twitch, I think we have the wrong title, but because we are actually in part 3 of testing with real production data. But it's okay. You get the idea. If you have any questions, please ask. Don't worry. Ask me whatever you want. Okay, it's loading up. Look at this loading, bro. 4,800 triggers. 3,099 responses. We have more NPC than responses, by the way. There's something wrong. Well, because the quests are not counted in this, I guess. Why all these quests are saying this? Is it normal or not? I will paste this list somewhere. Oh, I cannot select it. Okay, now I can. I will paste this list somewhere, like paste bin or something. And I will make it expiration in 1 week, unlisted. Okay, and then I will copy paste it here and say I'm just asking if those quest errors are okay, because I really don't know. Okay, is 11. Oh my god, a lot of people are moving and we are not there. Is 11 in game. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Where are we? Ah, you see the Govel is there now. Govel is there. The speaking with this other guy. It would be nice if they could actually speak and say something, and not just pretending they're speaking, but I think that would be a bit too spammy. Look at this grass. Look at this grass. Look at this. What is this? A flower of some kind. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay, I want to see people moving here, okay? People moving. This feet noise is starting to be annoying. Oh, guys. Anyone? No? I can TP to people, like, I can TP here, for example. But it seems that these guys don't really care about me. Don't really care about moving. Looks like their position is slightly below ground, or not? Looks like their feet are like 10 centimeters or so below ground. Maybe. I mean, we can stand on the top of the plaza and see if someone is actually moving. Do I see them at this distance, or they are removed? I think they are removed, right? Yeah, at this distance I don't see them, because you see there were two people down there, and I don't see them at this distance. So I think there is a maximum range of, I don't know, 200 meters or so. Because I see them now. Or maybe they were just hidden by the... They were just hidden, maybe? By the fountain? Could be. These guys are not moving anyway. She came here, okay. This guy... Oh, this guy is Percival, but he has no armor. Why you have no armor, bro? We have to check that. Your keep script is not working, huh? Let me go behind this wall, which is always a good idea. Is there anyone here? Oh, by the way, I have textures now. I don't know why. I think because I don't know. Jumping on the houses has been the most fun thing ever, but it's a bit harder now. Yeah, I cannot jump on top of this one. This thing has a wrong collision, I think. Yeah, you see? I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Tua, I don't know if Tua you are here. I think you are here, right? I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but you see the collision of this bench is a simple collision, so I cannot sit on it, which is a real pity, because I did all the sit code. Wow, this tree just appeared in front of me. Okay. I think I can sit here, probably. No, I can sit on the ground. It looked like a... because also this one has a simple collision on. I think, no? No? Strange. It's too low? I think this one is perfect. It's a bit, yeah, is oblique, is what to say. think it's not. Oh no, I can't. I can't sit on this thing. Ah, I like to sit on stuff. Yeah, sorry for the animation, but it's not supposed to be that way. I will fix it one day. Can I sit on this? Yeah, easy. Easy, I can sit here. Look at that. Ah, reading my book on canned food. Yeah, animation is a bit fucked up. There is a guy there. His position is a bit wrong. I see it. His position, his position is a bit fucked up. You see? Someone moved the structure. I think someone moved the structure. Or my calculation is wrong. You have not seen sitting? Sitting is insane, bro. It took me quite a bit, but sitting is insane. Basically, the way it works, this guy has physics. Holy moly. Basically, the way sitting works is that the character is checking if in front of you there is something of the right height and is flat enough for you to sit. If he finds something like that, then he sits on it. If he doesn't find it, like this one I think is too high. If it does not find it, it just sits on the ground. Like this. Unfortunately, the animation is going back and forth, but that's something we'll fix. So if you fix the collision on the benches, I think I can fix it. You know, I think we have an issue here though, because you see the position of this guy, or you moved this building, or my calculations are wrong. I really hope you moved the building. Let me try to sit here. No, because it's a bit. It's not the best place to sit. The position of this guy seems okay. No, I don't remember where he was. Lerok, the mythical Lerok. Mythical. Hello, man. Hello. They are not very talkative. Huh? They don't speak too much. You see also this guy, I mean, I think his position was in front of the chair, but considering the structure moved a bit, he tried to stay there and then he bumped up due to collision, right? He bumped up due to collision. So I think there is an oracle. I can change the calculation for the winch, or you can just move it like 1 meter to the left. I don't know. Do you think you moved it, or I have no idea. Slide me up 10. No, slide me up 20. Aha! Look where I am. So beautiful place. I cannot go there though. We are messing up with the we are messing up with physics. You cannot really stay in this small space. Okay, I'm going down. Ah, very nice. That tower is not the right color. Can I go down here? No. There is another thing to fix. The terrain is blocking the entrance to the winch. What the hell? What did it do? I try to attack. Okay. He tried to attack. I don't know if you moved that thing or this foot sound is started to be annoying. Let's go down, boys. We cannot. We would like, but we cannot. Wow, what a building! Look at that. Did not jump down. Okay, so the NPC. I mean, we went here to check if the NPC are moving. We came here to see if the NPC are moving. You fixed the terrain? Okay, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I didn't update. I did not update in some time. Yeah, someone should then go around and check, you know, if there are bugs. So, yeah. Seems to be fine. I mean, overall, I mean, it's apart from this place that I guess this guy has a kind of a risky life. Whenever he brings his dog, you know, he exits from his home, he brings his dog around and say, "Hey, doggy! Oh, fuck!" So I think apart from that house is kind of a dangerous place to live, but I would like to climb. I would like to climb so much. You have no idea how much I would like to freaking climb. So maybe it's the next thing that we do. I would like to climb here now, but I cannot. Okay. So can you fix the collision of this thing so that I can sit? This bench is the wrong collision. You see, I can like jump on top of it. There are no places to sit. I can try to trick the engine a bit and try to do it here. Maybe my stupid algorithm will still think it can. No. It's not flat enough. But I think I can trick it somehow. Nah. Yeah. You see, it's sitting there. I mean, it's in a reasonable place. I mean, it's not an impossible place. I mean, it's reasonable. I cannot sit on the fountain, I think, but I think I can sit like on the bench for sure. The bench for sure is done for that. But I think, for example, I can sit here as well. If you find the right spot, not like this. Assuming that this is the right collision, show collision. What is the collision of this thing? Cannot even see it. Yeah, the problem is that it doesn't have enough flat surface. But if you find the right spot, maybe we'll sit anyway. Nah. Hello, Lalneradakut78. Yeah, I still don't understand if you are a bot or what, because I saw you. Ah, I managed to sit. Look at that, boys. Look at that. Yeah, I tricked a bit the engine. Actually, there is not a full, a full sitting position, but I don't know if this guy is a bot or what. But it's like the third time that he connects and says exactly the same thing. I think you are a bot, eh? I think you are. I don't know. It seems like you are, boys. You are a bot. I don't like bots, but I mean, I like bots, but at the same time, I don't. You know? I'm sorry, but I blocked you. If you are real, just message me and I will unblock you, okay? But I don't think you are. I think you are a bot. Because it's the third time that you say the same thing in the channel. Well, here super easy. Like here is automatic. It's built for this. Okay, but anyway, we were here for another topic. Why we are sitting everywhere, I don't know. Just because you said that you like sitting, but we were here to see. Well, two things. I wanted to see if the server would not crash with NPC moving, and it seems it's not crashing. Okay, which is a pretty good thing. Let me slide somewhere. The second thing I wanted to see if the NPC were moving a bit better, but I cannot find a good time when they are moving. Okay, let me check this one. This one is who? This one is Burdes. Okay, let me check when she moves. She should move at some time. Burdes. There should be a way that we just name Burdes. No, I don't think it works this way. Ah, yes, it does. Okay, react event time. So she reacted 4, 12, 13, 24. Leave, but she's not doing much. I think she's just entering and exiting from this house. Yeah, that's pretty bad. She's not doing much at this time. She's not a very active NPC. Just go back into the house and out of the house. You can use, do you have percept command loaded? Yeah, well, I don't know. What is percept? Yeah, it's there. Why not? Obviously it's there. Never tried. It says no target specified. What should I do? Percept target. Okay. I can target her. Easy. If I'm close enough. I know she's not reacting. Fuck. Because I know why. Well, I can get her PID. So I can do percept PID. Her PID is... Her PID is this thing. 906. Can I copy paste? I don't think so. We should enable copy paste here. 906 3132. Okay. And then what? And then I percept her to do what? To do percept target ID, NPC name, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Percept type. I don't know. I mean, percept what? Type what? I have no idea. Percept. Come here. Has been percepted with a type here. I don't know. She didn't like it much anyway. We can change the time and see what she does, okay? If we change the time to 24, right? So time set 2400. I think she will just turn around and go to the door at a certain point. Hour not between 0 and 23. Okay. 23:59. I think she may just turn around, and in theory she should disappear. We can fix the invisibility. I think the invisibility is easy to fix, probably. She's not doing anything anyway. Hey, can someone whisper me? No. Hey. No. No, she's not doing anything. I don't know why. Look at this. Huh? You didn't think I could do this, huh? Ah! Okay, it's becoming night. Well, actually, it's night because I said it is midnight. Anyone going anywhere? Let me check the guards because the guards are doing stuff. I remember. So if I check Jeffekra is moving at 2. Is patrolling the winch gate. Okay. So let's try to set the time at 2. Let's teleport to him. Teleport me, Jeffekra, and let's try to set the time to 2 a.m. Time set 200. So in theory, this guy should move. No, no, he's not moving. Debug NPC target 20. What is thinking? $208. Wait. 208 is moving. I know. A 205 should have been moved. He didn't move. I think he has an issue. Let me check. Let me try to set the time again at 2, okay? Now he's in debug mode. He needs 205 to move, okay? Now it's 202, 204. What is it? 204, 204, 205, 206. He did nothing at 206. Why did nothing? Interesting. It didn't really do anything. Let me check this other guy. He didn't do anything. That's bad. In theory, he should have done patrol winchgate. And patrol winchgate is defined here somewhere as a type. Patrol. You should have done patrol. Why patrol is not here? No. I think it's under guard. Okay, it's here. Guard idle. Okay. Patrol winchgate. Let me see. We should have done patrol plaza. Patrol winchgate. Locate waypoint. Yeah, in theory, the locate should have been executed. The locate should have been executed. I don't know this percept event global move. I think this one I didn't port yet. I think this one I didn't port yet, so maybe it's stuck after the locate. But at least the locate it should have done. There is a problem, huh? I don't like this. Why it didn't set time to? Why it didn't do anything? Because he's saying the time is now 2:02 and I need a 2:05. So at 2:05 something is gonna happen, right? Time is now 2:05. Time is now 2:05. Wait. Reaction reacting to perception. Guaranteed need behavior. Fuck. Can you stop? Guaranteed need. Well, we can see it on the log anyway. Guaranteed. It said guaranteed need behavior, but then it didn't do it. Then it did not do it. Why? Where is this thing? Is it? Yes. So. You see this one? Reaction time, reacting to perception, blah blah blah. Guaranteed need behavior pattern winch gate. So guaranteed means that he has to move. But then he's not moving. This is strange. Guaranteed need, alright? Guaranteed need. He's still there, by the way? Yeah, he's still there. He's not moving by an inch. Guaranteed need to, desired guaranteed. So is doing this and then is executing the perception, right? Is executing the perception. Come on, you can do it. Yes, depends on the type of perception. In this case, is perception time. Why is not here? Wait a second. Perception. Okay, we can put a debug here. It's no problem. I can do it again, and we can see what happens. Let me set the time to 2 a.m. again. Okay, it happened immediately. Wow. Is for him or is for someone else? No, it's Moren. Moren is doing something. Moren is doing something. Okay, let it go maybe. A lot of people are doing something. Moren is doing something. Let me go to Moren 1 second. Teleport me Moren. Moren, hello? You're doing something or not? You are not. I think we still have an issue here, eh? So Kaiman was moving, but only him. Okay, let's put the debug again. I want to see what happens when we hit. Okay, we hit again this. This time is someone else. Perception time, yes. Who is Jeffekran? Ah, it's him, he's our guy. Okay. So let me see this execute perception. Unfortunately, I put the breakpoint in the wrong place, but Execute perception. Why is empty? What does it mean? Execute perception is doing nothing? What? No, it's doing for sure. It's working for Cayman. Check all reactions. Yes, for sure. A reaction. We have 82 reactions possible. And some are time. I think it does this fire perception, right? So that's the thing. So check the perception matches. Okay. Because you know what I did? I lowered a bit. The perception thingy. And I don't know, because I wanted to do a test on something and I lowered slightly. So like pattern library sector, name, time, get event type, name equal to what happened? Yeah. Game hour 2, minute 5. But you know what we can do? We can cheat. We can go here and say no. By the way, I don't know why we are rotating on all the possible perceptions. If we got a time perception, we should filter by the time perception, right? Perception should react. It is a bit stupid because we are cycling. Okay, this cycle is anyway stupid, so we should fix it one day. But in theory, it should go in one of those, right? It should go in. It must go in one of those because to one of those it must react. So it should arrive here one day. Exactly. So now we have the right perception, which is hour is 2, minutes is 5. Okay, we also have the year and the month, but and is a perception time. So if dead, we should not react. Okay. If dead, is not dead. Check if the current active behavior should not be interrupted. Okay, but is not. Check if this reaction is limited to only interrupters and given behavior. I don't know what is it, but let's say it's not. Okay. Check if the condition is empty. Okay, this is another check of something. Then we get the time of the day. We adjust the need for the trigger behaviors. Yes, exactly. So here we should see the fact that is a desire guaranteed, right? So it is going through this reaction reacting to perception, you see. So in our output we should see reaction time reacting to perception time 205. Were we getting that thing or not? Yes, we were getting this thing. Okay, now it's saying guaranteed behavior is getting the brain, is doing something on the brain, is applying this absolute need, you see. So it's applying the absolute need to do highest plus 25. So He's putting in his brain the fact that he absolutely need to go to the winch, to go to the gates. Handle max desired limit. Here is just setting the limit. Okay, and that's fine. But then what? Set completion decay. Okay, fine. And then is checking all the others. And then here is what I'm a bit surprised. So execute perception, right? Why execute perception is empty? Why this function is empty? Is it designed to be this way? Or is it just a super class of our... why is going into... I mean, it should go into the right perception, right? So we have a perception of time, I think. Yeah, we have a time perception. Why is not going into the time perception? Why is not going here? Hmm. Well, actually, the only thing that this is we would be doing is to check if the time is right, and then return true or false. But it's not gonna do no, because this is a should react, right? Should react. There should be the trigger as well, right? Trigger of the behavior. Anyway, it goes into perception. It goes into perception, execute perception, which is empty. Then is setting the last perception. Okay. Then is doing what? No, then okay. Sorry, I think I kind of blanked for a second. But in reality, I mean, after doing this is basically setting the need, right? Setting the need in the behaviors list. And now this guy should have the highest behavior to be. I just don't know why it's not printing it out, because there was that table which was printed out for the... is in debug mode, is in debug 20, so it should print it out with all the behaviors list, right? Like with the one we had for Cayman, we had the full list. I don't know why is it not printed out here. But anyway, it is going through all of those, and I don't think he's gonna get any more. I mean, there are like 80 or something. Let me do step out. Then yes, he fired the perception. Trigger event, fire perception, blah blah blah. Right? And then when he's executing, then when he finished this for all the NPC, every NPC in his tick should get... I think I can stop this and go in my NPC brain, right? In my NPC brain, in my tick, I should have the advance here. This is advance in the brain, and the brain will say that I have, you know, the highest reaction time, the highest need for that particular Why is not going there though? Something happened. Something happened. Why the brains are not ticking anymore? Apart from the fact that my client is connected, which is okay. But why the brains are not ticking? The time is passing. Kind of. Yeah, the time is passing, but the brains are not ticking? What the hell is going on? I'm inside NPC Brain Tick. Hello, Rwanda. Hello, Tony. Thank you for the comments, Venelan. I will try. Like Percept go home. I understand. I can give him a perception that he has on his list. Yeah. That's very useful. I understand. Yes, yeah. I forgot we could do that. Okay. I can say Percept go home, and I will try to go home. Yeah, I'm a bit confused of why now this breakpoint we are not paused, right? So what the hell is the server doing? It's simulating physics somewhere. Okay, fine. But why the NPC are not ticking anymore? Something happened. Pretty bad. In fact, you remember that we had the tick? So let me go at the beginning of this. There are too many is not doing it. Maybe there are too many is not doing it. Because I don't know, because actually there are 87 NPC that are ticking every 0.2 seconds, right? And in theory, I was printing out in the NPC brain tick, I was printing out this, right? But maybe now that we have 80 or something fucked up. This is not good, huh? But someone was moving, so actually some NPC was actually moving okay. But the point is that I should see an infinite list of NPC brain tick, but like an infinite list, like 87 at a time, every 0.2 millisecond, every 0.2 seconds, right? As soon as the server is ready, because at the moment we are not ready. At the moment I think we are still loading. I mean, I can disable everyone except him. except one of them, like I did with Cayman. But the idea was to have them all running. That was the idea. So I'm expecting here to have 1,000,000 messages. Well, these messages are okay. Okay, scam in here, you say? Tick. Tick. Boom, 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 tick. So it should print out tick, right? In fact, it did. So if I let it go, why is not printing out tick anymore? What happened? Why is doing only the first one? Why is doing only the first tick and then everything goes silent? What I'm missing? I'm doing something stupid, or I mean, it's impossible that. I mean, I don't know if there is a kind of a protection mechanism from the engine that if you are trying to print out like 87 every 200 milliseconds, it's just not doing it. But in theory, I was expecting to see, all my NPC brains tick. Why they are not ticking? Why it ticked only the first one? All this error NPC brain missing should be for all the ones which are actually not, which are actually disabled. There is an NPC brain tick forest. And you see all of those, NPC brain tick Amazon, NPC tick Yonda, NPC brain tick. So it seems to tick one time. And then after that one time, they cannot die. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we have seen people moving, so in theory, someone is ticking, because it's only the tick that makes them advance. Only if they come through this, they can move. Otherwise, they will not move. Because there is the one that is checking the need, and from the need is checking the behaviors, and then it's checking what it should do, and blah blah blah. So if the brain doesn't tick, it will never work. Why did it tick only the first time? Okay, I think it's time to disable again a number of NPC, probably all except Jefekra, for example, because Cayman we tested that it works. So let's try to disable all the others except him. So we will do characters. We will update characters. Set NPC spawn rule equal to 0 except name equal Jefekra. Okay. So we will do update characters. Set NPC spawn rule equal to 0 where name different than Jefekra. Okay. And we do it also on all the players and everything. Yeah, we don't care. Well, we can do and character type equal to 1. Okay, so we do it only on the NPC. Okay, so we should have now, I don't know why I updated 1500 actually, but we should have only him, this guy, line number 1. By the way, it's line number 1. Wow. With NPC spawn rule equal to 1. Yes, right? All the rest is 0. Okay. Okay, so we launch the server again and we see if now it takes. But if it doesn't take when we have 100 running, is a problem. Is a real problem. Is a real problem. I don't know why it should not, apart from the printout that maybe is not the best to print out in that cycle, but should not. Should just try to execute it, and if it cannot, it just catch up. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, now it's taking for the first guy, but let's let it go. I mean, I don't care too much now. Did I change something in the code that I don't remember? But I don't think so. Did we change anything? Wow. Okay. His brain is not ticking. What did I change? What did I change? You see, it's the only one that is ticking. But then it's not ticking anymore. It's ticking only once. What did I change? I deleted something or what? So it comes here, it ticks the first time, he schedules another event, right? He schedules another event in the queue based on brain tick, so at 0.2 seconds after that. Oh my god, is it because I stopped the debug and so the event then is old and it doesn't execute it anymore? Oh my god, really? Do you think it's that? So like it cannot execute it because it is in the past? But I think it should check if the time is greater or greater than, right? I don't think it should check if the time is exactly that. I hope so. Let me see how the event manager is working, but it's based on a timer. So the timer, I hope that the timer works, that if the time is passed, it's still trying to execute it, right? Otherwise we are fucked. Otherwise we are fucked. If this is not working properly, is a real problem. Is a real problem. I really hope that they do it so that the timer is executing the event even if you are after the time, right? When you are after the time, otherwise we are dead. But you know, I have this feeling that is not, because why all our ticks disabled when we started the debug mode? No, I changed something, boys. There is something that I changed. It's impossible. You see, it doesn't do it again. Even with one and with no debug, it's not ticking again. What the hell did I do? You saw me. What did I do? I can re-enable this printout. But I think it's just not executing. Process events at least every 250 ticks. Let me just recall how the hell this thing works, okay? Whenever we push a new event, we bind to the function process event queue a specific timer delegate. And we set the timer. I didn't understand if I did something that messed up the queue. I mean, the brain tick is very simple. It ticks every 200 milliseconds. It means that after you executed it once, it just reschedule a new event 200 milliseconds forwards. Right? So that's the only thing it does. It's ticking continuously. So, and it was actually working okay. And we see some NPC moving and stuff. And then I don't know what I did, but it stopped working. Hello Abdin, welcome. How are you? So I'm wondering what happened. I'm wondering what happened. Hmm. So the difference can be when we loaded the 87, right? So we loaded all of those together. But apparently they were all running. But we did it at 3 seconds, right? then I moved it to 200 milliseconds. When they were at 3 seconds, we were seeing all 87 ticking. I can move it back to 3 seconds again and see if that makes a difference. I don't know if the frequency is messing up the event queue. But this is exactly the test I wanted to do, you know. So what happens when you have a significant amount of data loaded at the same time? And mainly, let's say, executing at the same time. And there are events scheduled every second, and then there is one scheduled every 10 seconds. Unfortunately, we don't know which kind of event is that. Wait. Wait. Come on. NPC Brain, right? NPC Brain Event Manager push. Okay, so why Event Manager is not here? Let's go like this. So it's actually scheduling the event. Now the event ID is empty. I don't know why, but if I stop it for a second, right, I can see the event. The event in this case is a user stats regeneration. Okay, sorry, but this one actually I don't care too much about it. Then the next one is still a user stat regeneration, and so I think the majority of those are user stat regeneration. Yeah, I can print out instead of the ID. The ID is always empty, I don't know why. But I could print out the name, which seems more meaningful. But anyway, my tick is gone. My tick is gone. My tick is not there. My tick is not there. Is it that those NPC are all disabled or something? Maybe they're all disabled. Maybe they have an NPC spawn rule, but they are disabled. Ah! Maybe only Kaiman is enabled. Wait. No, because we do it by... Wait. Maybe it's this. What do we disable? We disable the NPC type, or we disable the... What do we disable? We disable... So here we decide... Here we decide the spawn rule. Okay, and we have one on Jafekra at the moment. But then we have the behaviors, right? And I'm missing something else. I think I'm missing something. SC NPC definitions. definitions data. What the hell? Disabled. Okay. Yeah. I think we need a message though. Otherwise, it's a mess. Because like, is this check? Is this check, right? Is this check? So this NPC, this NPC brain is actually disabled, and so it will not tick. Okay, so that's why it's not ticking. So we need to remember that we have to do two changes. One is the is the character. So is here in the character the NPC spawn rule, and the second one is the NPC definition where we enable or disable. You see here I disabled everything. I disabled everything. But wait a second, here we are looking at, let me check SC NPC definitions. SC NPC definitions, right? No, but these are not disabled in production because I was looking at the other schema. So these ones are not disabled. Is this one from production? Yeah, this one is from production. No, they are not disabled. I don't get it. I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand what is going on. So why my brain is sticking, the brain of this NPC is sticking once and then never again? I don't get it. I don't get it. You see, is ticking once and then never again. I can move it back to 3 seconds. I can move it back to 3 seconds because now I have this, you know, I'm thinking that there is something that is messing up. If the frequency is too high and we have too many NPCs at the same time running and something is messing up. I don't know. That's the only point. But we were seeing all the NPC moving like 1 hour ago, right? So they were all moving okay. So I don't understand why they should not move now. Okay, it's recompiling. Let's see with 3 seconds. Also, let's try to put the name of the event here because this event ID is totally useless because it's always 0. I think I have to, or I set it properly. I will change it at the next recompile, but I will put a %s and event name. I think would be much easier to understand. Let me remove the breakpoint for now. Okay, for now it's just loading, just in the initial loading processes, loading patterns, loading combinations. Still loading. It's still loading up. Okay. Yeah, this one is for all the ones that are not ticking. And that's fine. Now it's ticking. Now is ticking. You see? That's pretty bad. Why if I put it at 3 seconds it's ticking, if I put it at 0.2 it's not? I don't understand. I think the question is very simple. The question is if the timer will execute also if you pass the time. Because I mean, if we have too many events, it cannot dispatch all the events, and is passing the time. Then what? Then it is not going to execute it again, or is anyway put in a queue, and that queue is getting executed no matter what, right? So that's the point. That's my question. Is it going to do it anyway or not? Because to me, the answer is no, it's not. Because when I put it at 3 seconds, it's executing it. When I put it at 0.2, it's not executing it. Wasn't it get event name? No? What was it? Event get name. Okay. I mean, I want to put it at 0.2 or even 0.1, So, and I want this to run. I'm very scared about the fact that he's in trouble in executing this because it's not good. Oh God, sometimes I don't find the code when I need it. Now it's 3 seconds. 0.2. 0.2. So what I think the event name is just NPC tick. So now that I printed out the name, we should see an NPC tick. The question is why it was working for Kaiman. I think it was working for Kaiman because I had it at 3 seconds instead of 0.2. Probably. But it's kind of scary, huh? If it doesn't work. So we need to then, I mean, if this doesn't work, it means that we have to implement a different queue mechanism for our events. I would like to avoid that, really. Scary moments. Because I think I have it at 3 seconds since a very long time, now that I think about it. I think I have it at 3 seconds since quite long time. Maybe I didn't change it in a long time. And the question is if it takes more than 0.2 seconds, right, to schedule the tick. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. There's nothing to say. It's not doing it. When it's 0.2, it's not doing it. It's saying NPC tick, NPC brain tick Jafekra, and then it's doing event PS NPC tick 0 scheduled to trigger in 0 seconds. Right? Why 0 seconds then? I mean, do we have a rounding or what? Wait a second. This may be also an issue. Huh? Event manager. Why say 0 seconds? Because I put it as a D. I hope delay ticks is an integer, is a float, right? I mean, if it's an integer, I understand why it's not working, but because it's 0, and so probably will not execute it. Is a time t? What the fuck is a time t? I don't need it as a time t. I need it as a float. Why is it time t? Who said that there should be a time t? I need it as a float. Maybe that's the problem. That we had this variable defined in a way that it was somehow an integer, and so as we move to 0.2, the rounding was 0, and the rounding being 0 means that no one would tick. Hello, Babu. We are making an MMO, and sure I can show it to you. I will show it to you in a second. We are making an MMO, which is a fantasy MMO. And we actually have it kind of pretty much working, at least all the basics. And what I'm working on now is the NPC movement. So how the NPC are moving in the game and how they are reacting to time. So at a certain time of the day, they have to do some stuff, you know, and I want them to react to that to those events. For example, at a certain time of the day, they go to work, and in the evening they go back home. And so I'm trying to ensure that they are properly moving. Right? But now I hit the problem when I move the brain tick of the NPC, which is basically the speed of the brain, from 3 seconds to 0.2 seconds. And I think the reason was that the code was written a bit stupid, so it was thinking as an integer, and so it was defaulting the 0.2 to 0. And so that trigger was actually not triggering. So I'm restarting now the game, and yes, I can show it to you. If the server is properly reacting now, if it is reacting. But yes, seeing that time t, I have a good feeling that that may be the problem. So we may be safe. Yeah, it's ticking like a boss now. Okay. So now it's ticking properly. Now it's ticking properly. Okay, so yeah, it was the time t with the value less than 1. So that was the issue. Now we are spamming the server, but it's good anyway. It means that yeah, now we don't have the other NPC anymore. So the only NPC that we have loaded are. So if I do teleport me Jafekra, it should be up. Yes, and only him. Right. Now if we trigger the 2 a.m. So let me do the set. Hi Babu, thanks for following. If we do the set, no, if we do the time /time set 2 in the morning. He starts to move. Okay. He starts to move. Well, it's going back and forth a bit, but it seems that he's moving. I think here we will have the issue of the collision, because unfortunately this state is. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So there is a problem on this state that the collision is wrong. But anyway, what I wanted to test is that he started to move okay. The collision, if you do show collision, yeah, you will see that this state has a blocker here in the middle. I don't know why, but you cannot really walk here, so you have to like jump on top. You can walk on top, but we have a collision issue. I don't know if I should list these problems. I don't know, Venalan or Tua, if you are still here. But this one should also be fixed, because we have a problem in walking on this state. I mean, I can walk here, but I can walk there. I can try to trick the guy and. and the stair is anyway pretty hard to walk on. I can trick this guy and slide him up, and maybe it will work anyway. So let me remove the collision. If I slide him up, slide target up 2 meters. I think I need to slide him. Forward 1 meter and up 2 meters. Ah, it's going back. No, I want you to go the other way. Hey, where are you running, boy? Where are you going? Why are you running so fast? Where the hell are you going? There is nothing here. No. There is nothing here. Where are you going? You stuck. I knew it. You went below the map. You should not be there. Come up. You should not be there, boy. What happened? Now you're stuck, huh? Yeah, why you came here in the first place? Why you came here in the first place, huh? Tell me. And now you're stuck. I know. By the way, why left is right and right is left? I'm trying to do something, but I don't know if it's a good idea. Yeah, left and right are inverted, by the way. Ah, I did it. So I throw in the sky for 20 meters, and then before he was jumping down, I moved him. But the two directions are inverted, unfortunately. Let me see. If I do slide me left 1. Yeah, the two directions are inverted. So we have the slide fucked up. We have the slash slide fucked up for some reason. I think I got the forward vector, but then I did -90 +90 the wrong way. Slide. Anyway, Babu, if you have any questions on the game, don't worry. Ask. I'm here. Slide. Admin manager slide. Blah 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 blah. So left, I did rotate angle axis +90. So I guess this should be -90 then, and this should be +90. Okay. So I think we fixed it. We fixed the slide. Now I still don't understand what this guy was doing, but definitely was working okay. So definitely now his brain is sticking fine. And yeah, we can try with all the NPC now. I think that we solved the issue of the tick and the fact that we're not moving. Let me try the percept that we said. So if I do percept is super good. I like this command. So if I do percept target, and then I do what is this guy doing? He has a patrol something. So this guy can what is our guy? He can patrol winch gate. Okay, can patrol winch gate. So patrol _ winch _ gate. So I can patrol _ winch _ gate. So if I do this, it's like forcing him to go there, but he's saying I failed to move. I will teleport in 5 seconds. I don't know exactly what this means. I failed to move. We should check that as well, because I failed to move. Why failed to move? Because probably doesn't have any waypoint next to him. I think he can just use the normal pathfinding. I failed to move is not found anywhere. I failed to. It's not found anywhere. Current project. Okay. We'll teleport in. Come on. There must be. We'll teleport somewhere. He's saying it to me. No, it's part of a script, I think. No, it's part of a script. You think it's part of a script? I think so. Script like percentage failed percentage. I think it's part of a script. Is that in region or? We should have a message somewhere here. Talk type me. I think if I search the full thing, I failed to move. Yeah, I see it. I failed to move is inside master NPC. Okay, so it's inside the master behavior. And move failed. What is this slash teleport supposed to do? I mean, it's like bringing back the NPC to his home, or because I think I didn't implement it yet, so I think that here is doing nothing. A way to reset them? Yeah, but do you remember if they just teleport to their home location, or what they do? Probably they just teleport to their home location. I didn't implement this one yet, so it's probably just staying there, you know. But it's interesting that it's failed to move. It's like if he cannot locate any waypoint around him. By the way, here we have a major issue with the map. Like, boom, we can see below. What is that? Oh my god, that's the tavern. Can I go? Yeah, I can't go, boys. No. Here. That's the campfire of the tavern somehow. But I cannot enter. Fuck. Well, maybe I can. No, I will fall down and die. I will fall down and die, I'm pretty sure. Well, what's in here? What is this? Ah, it's the thing going down to the sewers. Anyway, this part is a bit bugged. No, I was thinking if he has a way to go back anyway. So if he's searching a waypoint and then he's failing on the waypoint, or what? But it seems to me that probably he's failing on a waypoint. Slide, target. I think if I do just slide Jafekra, I think it would work. Jafekra, slide Jafekra forward 5. No, wait. Because it works on my rotation. So forward 5. didn't work at all. I can move him. Maybe from here there is a... What I was a bit surprised, that I said Patrol Winchgate, and let me try to do Patrol Plaza maybe, but I did Patrol Winchgate and he kind of went here. I don't know why he went here. Maybe it goes down into the sewers. What is the path he's trying to do? Another thing we should do, we should display the Patrol Winchgate. No. When we do this perception, he's not able to go there for some reason. I don't know why, but he's not able to go there. You know what we can do? We can enable the debug, so we can debug NPC target 20, which will make it very spammy, but it's okay. And then try to percept him again. And then try to percept him again, the Winchgate. And then check the log. I think it must say something more than... It may say something that... the log is a bit too spammy, but Patrol Winchgate, there it is. Patrol Winchgate is 425. Unfortunately, $225. Global move 400. What is this global move, by the way? I have no idea. Global move 450. Running global move step 0, copy locate operation, copy locate for move to active. Completed. Running global move step 1, the operation failed, not a waypoint nearby. Ah, exactly. That is what I was thinking. So he's probably in a position, here he's probably in a position where there are no waypoints around him. And so he has no way to recover, right? And then the teleport is not working because I didn't implement it yet. So he cannot reset himself, right? But I think if I bring him to a place which is closer, then it may work. So if I do more forward, and I do more left, which is actually right, and I do more forward, and I bring him, to a place. I bring him to a place which is closer to a waypoint. Even if this thing is a bit stupid, because now, with full path finding, we can just ask him to go there no matter what. So we don't need a waypoint around us. I think we can just ask him to move to that waypoint. Let me try now. Not. He's not saying that he cannot move, but still it didn't move for some reason. He found a waypoint. He found the start waypoint 656, end waypoint 590, with all this incredible waypoint list. And then It tried to move, but for some reason it didn't. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, he found a waypoint next to him, but it didn't like it for some reason. It didn't move. It didn't move. Why? Ah! Maybe it got stuck into something? Hey, Stony Home. Thank you for the follow. It's moving somehow. Where is it going? It's going to this house. I mean, it doesn't look very impressive without the armor, so we should check why it's not equipping this armor, but it's okay. So it's moving here. It's moving here. So he's actually kind of walking around with no issue. I mean, he fucked up a bit here. When he came here, he fucked up for some reason. And now, unfortunately, we'll be stuck in the stairs again, because this stair is fucked up. Let me just remind the people that this stair is fucked up. There is a kind of a collider. There is a kind of a collider like this here. Invisible collider. Hello, Stanny. I'm so amazed I'm playing your game now. Yeah, you will try it? Nice. Yeah, the game that you are downloading is the previous version. So it's the version that is done with an old engine, right? And now we are porting to Unreal Engine. We are porting it now, and so the new version with Unreal Engine will be much better. But the old version is actually fully working, and you can play it for free. It's a free game. We did it just because, I mean, we like to do games. We like to make many games. Um, but the old game is working pretty well. He has a lot of features. He has more features than you can think of for a free game and for a game that has been made in our spare time. um, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just chatting with someone. Okay, so this guy's moving okay anyway. This guy's moving okay. So we just have a bit of an issue of collisions on the stairs and other shit like that, but it's fine. If I slide him up and forward, maybe we'll fix it. Slide Jakev up 5. Forward 2. Okay, let's see what it's doing now. In theory now is on top of the collider, or the wrong collider, so but the problem is that it probably cannot reach. It cannot reach the waypoint. It's probably stuck because the waypoint is below his feet. He's trying to reach it and he cannot. So anyway, that's a kind of a lost cause, trying to fix that now. But yeah, one thing maybe that we can do just to check is to see if we can display the waypoint in any way. That would be cool. I don't know if I can do it easy. Probably not. But I think there was a command like path, something like that. Path radius, add remove rotation. I think there was a path show or something like that. Path show, path help, path options, path whatever, path stop, path. Oh my god, path is like an insane command. It can do anything and everything. Path option, path radius, add remove rotation, search radius, waypoints, path, flag. Format, sub options. Oh my god, this command. I think it was like show or display. Maybe display slash path display. Yeah. Displaying all paths. So the command is this one. Obviously, it's not doing anything at the moment, but yeah. But okay. So how can we do this? That would be very cool to be able to display. To be able to display the path. Now, the problem is that we don't have sectors defined. I think we need to fix this sector definition one day. Otherwise, will be not easy. Let me do this while I'm thinking. Yeah, the arms are a bit fucked up when they go really up, but oh no, I have to display the paths. Yeah, I think it's path display. Maybe path show works anyway, but yeah, path show works anyway. The problem is, okay, so this thing obviously does not work here because it's never been implemented, right? The problem is how to filter by sector because we don't have sectors here. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Show display. Help display. What does help display do? Slash path help display. Display points or waypoints. Okay, so you can decide one or the other. Path help display. Handle paths. I think I would like to do this. Because if I can see the path, it will be much easier for me to know if my coordinates are correct or if my coordinates are fucked up, you know. I think it will be good if I display those. The problem is that all of this is not implemented. My sector name. Okay, excluding the sector for a second. Let me just check what this thing wants to do. Okay, so adjust we don't need, alias we don't need, flag set we don't need, radius we don't need, format we don't need, add point we don't need, point remove, point insert, start, stop, display. Okay, display we need. So display. path set is displaying my sector. Displaying all path points. What is this thing even doing? I think is yeah. You fix me redo. Okay, so it is doing nothing. And he was doing what? Show paths. Client my sector. Show path. Yeah, commander for now. So for now it's doing nothing. Well, we can try to, Okay, the first thing we need to fix, if we want to try to display the path, the first thing we need to do is to fix this sector thingy, but I cannot fix it fully now because it's too complex. But what I can do, I can at least read the sector which is associated to my character, which I assume is anyway kind of valid. So if I put a breakpoint here, fuck, I recompiled something, so okay. But I think, let me check in the old code. How was this? Unfortunately, it's becoming late, and I think I need to go very soon. That's the problem. So our fun is gonna end, but we can continue maybe tomorrow evening. So handle path. So I was having this thing, get position. Why I removed it, by the way? I removed it. Actually, I think this get position. We actually have it in the game. I mean, because I remember using it. I have a set position, not a get position. I remember I had a get position. No? I think there was a get position which was extracting. No? As you can see, there is still a lot of commented code, huh? Now, this one. Game object. What the fuck is game object? NPC behave. Okay, it's our class. Get is kind of a utility class, helper function to resolve the potential. Okay, fine. This one was returning something actually, I think. I think I can use this. Uh-oh. What happened? We are inside what? Here we are inside NPC brain. No, but game object. Where was I? Oh, wait a second. We need to check where is a game object and then go to the CPP of that thing. Okay, it's inside NPC behave. Okay, so if you go to NPC behave get position, there it is. Get position. There are two types, one with the Y and one without. Okay, we are returning null for sector. Yeah, this one is returning the location and the job, but is not returning the sector. Now, I think I'm initializing the sector. Let me check the old code, but I think I'm initializing for now, all the sectors as NPC room, just because I wanted to give a default, and I think we can just use that default somehow. Get position sector. I think I'm feeling I arrived to the point where I need to fix this sector thingy. Do we want to do it, boys? Do we want to do it or no? What graphics? Sorry, I didn't see your question. What graphics API are you using for developing this game? So in the previous version of the game, we were using basically OpenGL, and there was a bit of shaders code as well. For this one, we are using what Unreal Engine is providing. So we are not really, targeting we are not targeting natively any specific API apart from the one that are provided by Unreal Engine, which by the way is multi-platform. It can run as well on mobile, can run, in a browser, can run in many other places. And so I know there is the possibility to enable Vulkan engine, but I never tried it, but I think it's supported and working. Okay. I think I want to fix this sector thing. Okay. I want to fix this sector thing. Okay. Okay. So how to fix it? How to fix it? So the easiest way that I can think of is to go by coordinates. So our map is a word composition. Our map is a word composition made of squares. And the good thing is that those squares are exactly the same size, right? So the fact we decided to do it this way makes it very simple, right? I'm not 100% sure that all of them are the same size, but I think they are. So my point is, if we want to consider a sector one of those submaps, for me it would be super easy because I just take the coordinates of, and I can only take the x and y because I can consider that the z is fully in that sector for now, which doesn't, is not perfectly true because maybe in the future we will have also a vertical expansion of the game. Like if you go to another level, which is down below, you will be able to explore also below, and so it will be different. But for now, before we arrive there, it will be a long time. So I think for me the easiest is to just do a simple check of my position if it's inside a certain square. Right? I think that this way we do it. I don't know if there are other ideas about about sectors, but I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Yeah. So the easiest for me will be. Let me maybe update the maps for a second. Let me see what I changed here. I changed the PS character BP. Why? I don't remember I changed it, but I think I did some tests. I did some tests on the base animation. All of this I can trash, I think. I think so. I think I did. I think I can revert this. I think I did some test with the base animation to delete. Fuck. Cannot do it with the game running, obviously. But I think we need to solve this sector thingy. At least make it reasonably working in the game now, or for the path display is a good example, right? I want to display the path in a reasonable area around me, and I need to specify the sector where. So, or I do it by range, but by range will never work because it's a mess. I will have to calculate all the path, what is the distance of the path, it will be a mess. Or I do it by sector, so which was we were doing before, and I think was a good idea. So I think I should do it this way, and maybe we will evolve it in the future. But let me clean up and did it revert that? I think it did. I have some maps modified, but also these maps is not really something I want to keep, so I will revert these as well. These are all local changes that I did just to test something, but none of that is relevant. The NPC are still a bit different, but I just don't remember these blueprints, but for now I'll leave it as it is. If I update content now, well, I could even update PS Unreal completely. See what happens. I think I'm getting all the maps back and all the new content. Yes, it is. Something is coming my way. Very nice. Okay, there's a lot of items here. I have to revert the pterosaur as well because I think that the version has been checked in. Wow, there's been a lot of changes anyway since I last updated. Yes, I know there is a conflict. The conflict here is exactly here. I think I can just revert all of this and then just update it again, but I think it's already updated. Yeah, since I reverted, it just got okay. So now I should have a clean tree. what I can do, I can launch the editor, and we can check this coordinate stuff, okay? And try to see if we can make a map. If we can make a map of the different sectors. And if we can, I think we can put back into the code this concept of sector. And fuck, it's getting late, boys. It's getting too late. For the one of you that are new, if you can follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that will help me, because the more people we have following the game, the more other people we are getting in. So I mean, there's a kind of a cascade effect. So if you can click on follow, that will help me, and subscribe on YouTube. Also, we have a Patreon site, and is Patreon/Planeshift. And if you want to contribute to the development, you get some perks, like you get the ability to look at the posts that we do, like with some update content, some new screenshots, some videos, and some other stuff that we can show you. And there are different levels. You also get access to the internal channel where we have the supporters, and we post stuff on the supporter channel. So if you want to do that, would be nice. If not, no problem. So okay, we launch the editor. We go into the main levels, right? So we go under maps, and we have our main persistent world, which is called Iliacon. And this one is a world composition made of many levels. And here we have them all. Now I don't even know if we really need all of these levels, but let's say that is there a way to see just the world composition without loading the levels themselves? No, I have to load them all. That is not nice. Well, let's start with the main one, which is the one that we are working on right now. Okay. But I think that for me would be, or we make just a structure if I want the database, or if I want to have it directly in the game, hard coded in the game. Maybe yes. Yeah, the funny thing is that sometimes you are just doing focus here and it's not focusing anything. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, here we are inside the arena. We're inside the arena area. At this point, I really don't need this level of detail. I think I just need, a very bare wireframe view. If the editor allows me, but I think it's compiling shaders like crazy. And I think a very simple wireframe is more than enough for me at the moment. And so the idea is that yes, every of our levels is defined by a height map, and this height map is of a specific size. Now, I'm not 100% sure that we did the job the right way, but I hope so. And so this corner, this corner is the oops, I lost myself. Where the hell is the corner gone? I don't know. This corner is By the way, there is grass also here. I think we should not render it, but there is a million grass here as well. Is the boundary of the level, right? Now, how do I know the limit of this thing? Landscape streaming proxy. Location, rotation, and scale. Component resolution. I mean, the easiest for me is just to drop an actor exactly here and I know the location, you know. So that would be the easiest. If I take, whatever, this lamp, and I put it here. This actor will be placed in a level that is in source control but not currently checked out. Okay, I mean, it's fine. The only problem will be to find the right spot, because as you can see, the positioning is so-so. I mean, it's super sensitive now. Let me go to 4. I mean, I don't know if there is a better way, but at the moment I don't know if there is a better way, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So at this point, you know, this point, which is the bottom of this map, right, in units. I mean, it doesn't have to be super precise anyway, because we will then switch to another sector, so who cares? So this will be the, the end of the world. Okay, I fixed the grass and the cat states. All the states were already set to complex and simple, not sure where the conflict went. Okay. Yeah, in general for the stairs, like we said, I think that the best will be to just remove the collision. So to have so you have the stair, you understood it already, right? So if you see it from the side, you have this. So if you see it from the front, you have like one piece. It is the border. What is the handrail? One handrail, the other handrail, and then you have all the stairs here. Okay. So I think you should split these two sides. Okay. Maybe not. You should split. Let me close it. You should split these two sides separate objects, right? And the one in the middle also is a separate object. And so the one in the middle becomes an object by itself, right? So the blue one becomes an object by itself, and so basically on the blue you will have no collision, and on the red you will have the collision. On the red you will have the collision, and if you see it from the side, right? If you see it from the side, these are the stairs, and it is basically the blue thing, okay, the blue thing that you see here. And this one you will set it fully as no collision, but then you will have another plane which we can say is red, which can make it part of. So let's do it in the right color so it's easier to understand. So this one is the stair, and it's blue, no collision, right? And then you have the red. You just have a plane which goes like this, and this one has collision, and it's just a plane. So the player will look like he's walking on it, he's walking on the stair, but actually he's walking on the underlying on the underlying plane. And I think this would be so much easier. Then, if we can design the stairs properly, that have the right height, the right steps, and the character is putting his feet exactly on each of these, they will be perfect. But in certain parts of our map, unfortunately, our stairs are too steep. And being too steep, I mean, the character doesn't work on it. So I would suggest to do this. Anyway. So the position is minus 25 minus is this thing, which I guess is equal to 254,000, right? And minus 254,000. By the way, this one I exactly catched it. Wow. So these are the two, positions. So for us, then, as simple as, for us it would become something as simple as, what is this thing? So one corner is this, right? Then I'm pretty sure that if I do plus 25,000, I will arrive to the other one, because this seems to be located, No? I was too eager. Okay. Where is gone? My lamp, please. My lamp. Oh my god. AM lamp. AM lamp. Focus here. Okay. I was thinking that if I would go minus whatever, but no. No, so I have to search it somehow. I have to search at least another corner, and then I can figure out the rest. But at least another corner I need to find. Why I'm not moving? What's going on? Okay, so if I take this lamp, and I move it significantly across this edge, and we go and find out, maybe you know already the coordinates, but and we go to find out where the hell is that. We find out that is, okay, I think it's half of it, so it's 127,000. Okay, so the other corner is 127,000, and then the same for this thing, right? So it is another corner, and then if I go this way, it will be a bit harder to find, but now that we find those two, I think is minus, so I think it's just 254,000 plus 127,000, right? Which is 381. So I think if I do 381, yes, exactly 381,000. So another corner will be 127 and 381,000 minus 381,000, and then the last corner, I think it's just the combination of the two, but should go this way. Just the combination of the two, which is 250 plus 254, so this one, and minus 381. Okay, and this one. Okay, so these are the four corners of the first of one of the maps of the game, you know. And I know it's a bit big. I mean, it's actually quite big, but I think it's fine. So we will consider this one sector, okay, for now, for simplicity. We just consider this to be one sector. What is that thing? Flowing up? It's a kind of a particle effect. It's flowing until the sky. There is a particle effect that is flowing until the sky. Don't know what is it, but I tell you that it's floating until the sky. Is the campfire inside the tavern, I think. Yeah, it's the one that I was watching before. Yeah, this particle effect for some reason goes until the sky, but it's okay. Looks very cool, by the way. It is even in the editor, but it looks very nice. Okay, so thank you, Swain. You committed the changes. Thank you very much. So if we consider that this is the sector, right? If we consider that this is the sector, what is an easy way to find if a point is inside a square? Well, if it's x and y, you just consider if your x is below, or I mean, you just do the two checks. You know, I don't know if there is a square. I don't know if there is a square. If there is a basic, you know, is a quad. Is there a Is there is there a vector 4 or something, or a quad, or if I want to represent a square, is there a better way? Like a plane? No, but I don't need a plane. No, I need a rectangle, you know. Can I represent a rectangle? Is there a structure for rectangle? Structure for integer rectangles in 2D space. Okay. This structure can be okay for me. Ah, here it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, I think we have it. It's this one. So I think we can transform, you know, our rectangle into. So how do you populate this thing? X0, x and y, x and y, x, y, z, y. So you have the two corners, right? You have the two corners of the triangle. So I assume that it is like x0, y0, and this one is x1, y1, right? Which in our coordinate system would be, so horizontally I go from 254 to 1, so 127, 254, so that's this one direction, and the other direction is minus 254, minus 381, right? So these are the two limits. So let me just imagine this a second. So 127 minus 254. So 127, 1 second. 127, imagine I start here. 127 minus 254, so it would be like this point. And then still 127 but minus 381, so minus 381 is like here, and then 254 minus 381, which would be like here, 254, right? And then 254 minus 2, which will be okay, so this is our square. So our x0, y0 is our minus 321, 254. So it's this one. This one is the lowest, you know, if you want, is this. So the x0, y0 is this one, which is our lowest point, correct? And our highest point, which is this, our highest point is 127, 254, 254 minus 254, yeah. So this one, so the first one, okay. So this will be x1 is 1. So these two are the two border points, right? Even if I'm not that convinced, because no, wait a second. No. So the first one, I cannot be this way. So it cannot be this way. It's this way. So I want the two corners. So I want this one and this one, right? So I want the minus 318, 127, and I want the 254 minus 254. Yeah, so all the numbers basically have to be different, right? So these are the two things. So so we need to create, so our whatever it is, this thing, our f int rect will be made of these two and these two, right? And this will basically define the sector idla, right? Which is or main idla. Yeah, let's say the sector idla. So this will be the sector idla, and okay. So I think that will be pretty easy to do. So we can just do, we can just put into our code somewhere. Now the question is, where do I put it? But I think I have a sector definition, so we can just put it on the sector definition, no? Do we have a sector definition? Fortunately not, because I put it into into gem, which is something that has to disappear one day, because it's a collection of all the function I didn't import yet. We can put it in, so entity manager. Utils, or we just put it in a utility class, because this is actually the definition of our world, you know, the definition of our game space. Controller no, game helper no, base state no, game mode no. PS Unreal.h no, is too high level. What is this location? No. Something that has to do with positions. I think Entity Manager. Entity Manager, I think, is a good place. Because Entity Manager is the guy that in theory should manage all the entities in the game. Yeah, I think so. I think this one is okay. I think we will put it here. Well, also Cache Manager could be a good one, but I think Entity Manager is fine. So if we put here our definition, right? Now the question is, how do we define this thing? To me, it should be, I mean, it should have a name. So every sector should have a name. So it should be, yes, 4 numbers with a name. That's it. Nothing else. 4 numbers and a name. Do I need anything else? No. By the way, now that I think about it, we have it in the database already. We have it in the database because in the database we have a sector definition, right? We have a sector table. Maybe we can just put it here. The problem is that we don't have a field. We already have 1 million fields here, but we don't have a field for the coordinates. I can add it. Yeah, I think that probably here will be the best place to store it, right? At least, or I mean, or we are coded in the game, or we put it in the database. The problem is that all these sectors are bad now. I mean, all these sectors here are fucked up. You know, because these are all have to be changed. After we do the migration, all of those will have to be somehow changed. Or we keep the same, but keeping the same is a mess because some of these levels do not exist anymore. They have been merged. So they exist, but they have been merged. So for example, our new IDLA level is taking this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So many. All the ones that are starting with high HY, all the ones that are starting with HY. So like this one, 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 this one. All these ones are all one sector now. All of that is one sector now. So I mean, we can still put it here, but maybe call it new something. But yeah, I could still load it here. You know, I can still add one line in here with the value, and then we will convert it later on. Yeah, that's probably a good idea because during the migration of the characters, I can. Okay, I think that adding a new line here is a good idea. This is my feeling. Adding a new line here, I think, is a good idea. We just need to give him a new name and a new number. At the moment, I think I'm just defaulting the sector to number 3, so this NPC room. So maybe we can change this line, which is, by the way, kind of a... Yeah, let's call it NPC room. Let's not even change the name. let's say that our NPC room now is defined as, we will change it after the migration. Our NPC room is actually defined as number 3 is one sector. The only thing that I need is the rect, the coordinates, you know. Where do I put the coordinates? Do I have a field that I don't need, or do I need to add a field? I think I will have to add a field because all of this somehow is needed. All these fields have a meaning, you know. The god name, I don't know if it's really needed, but okay, let's add a field. It's no problem. We don't have an issue with another field, you know. We just have to remember that we did it and we put it in our update schema, right? So I copy this. So I paste a new column, which is identical to that one. I do it at the end, and I call it sector coordinates, sector coords. Okay, will be yeah. I think I don't want to do 4. I think I would do 1. How many characters I need? I need at least this amount of characters. So I think I need 40 at least. 40 characters. Yeah, 45 is okay. So let's go for 45. Should be not null. The default should be this. This will be the default, and I don't think I can load an interact by string, right? That would be too awesome, but I don't think so. Constructor. No, okay. I will pass in the values. It's okay. So this will be the default. Right, and I think I need to put it in quotes, otherwise I will not like it, and it's okay. Okay, so we added this one. So if I do save, it will give me the alter table, which I copy and I put it in our update schema. And our update schema now has a number 14, which is added new column, added coordinates of sectors. Okay, and so this will be a comment. No, we don't want any comment. We don't want any comment in this. Let me just remove this comment. Fuck. Okay. Save. Persist. Yes. Okay. So now we have this new column, which is very nice, and now we need to load it properly, and we need to add a new entry. The entry, it will be in our NPC room, which by the way now already has the right values because we just set it as a default. So if I refresh this, yes, he has the coordinates, you know, properly set. So what we can do now is to load it up. The problem is that I finished the time by far. So I have to go, boys and girls. I have to go, but it was good. I think we fixed a few problems with the NPC movement. We tested the movement of a number of different NPC. We also find out some issues in the maps, and we asked the people in the art department to fix them. and we now started to reason about sectors and how to do sector and paths and display the path. So I think I would like to have the path displayed so I can see if our coordinate system are correct or not. And so that's the next thing I will work on, right? Now you may ask me how far we are from a release. That's a very good question, but I have a feeling I'm progressing very well. So we said we want to release in 2020, but I have to say that I want to have at least a beta version out, at least a version that we can test ourselves with some of your help, relatively soon. So I don't know, a few months or something like that. Let's see how it goes. But I have the feeling that we are making a very good progress, and yeah, I want to continue to push through. Okay, with that said, I think I will go. Thanks for watching and speak to you soon.